LEGO fans have a lot of strong opinions, so I'm back with the spiciest LEGO hot takes the internet has to offer. These are sure to ruffle some feathers, so let's get into it. First up, a user going by the Great Possum on Reddit made an incredibly bold claim when they stated that Monkey Kid is better than Star Wars. Now, that's a very polarizing claim by any measure, and they didn't provide a lot of further context, but I can kind of understand where they're coming from. To many people, LEGO and Star Wars are so deeply connected that no brick separator could get them apart. As the first licensed theme, Star Wars has played a massive role in LEGO's vast success, but of course, not all Star Wars sets are great, unless you just absolutely love gray LEGO bricks. While sets like the UCS Venator and Star Destroyer are genuinely impressive builds, at the end of the day, it's just another big gray spaceship. Not to mention the annoying repetition at times. I mean, how many times has LEGO released an X-Wing? Yeah, a lot. Sure, these sets are for die-hard Star Wars fans, but you can't deny that LEGO is desperately scratching the bottom of the barrel. On the other hand, Monkey Kid fully encapsulates the idea of creativity with bright, playful, vibrant, and incredibly unique sets. It's an original theme created by LEGO, so there's a lot of experimentation in the sets, which is quite refreshing. Just look at the Monkey King's Ultra Mech, for example. This thing is bright, colorful, and just looks so cool. The entire line is like this, stunningly designed sets that are good for play or display. To me, it resembles a lot of the aspects that helped Ninjago turn into an evergreen theme for LEGO, and I wouldn't be surprised if Monkey Kid has a bit of staying power. But it seems like the Star Wars hate doesn't end there, because another user named OctopusFacts2 made their opinions crystal clear when they stated that, quote, the only cool armies are castle ones. This was in direct response to a wider conversation on clone trooper armies, so I think it's safe to say that they're not a fan. Now, personally, I don't have a large army of either, so let's examine both sides. While castle armies are certainly impressive and have decades worth of factions, settings, and accessories to pull from, there's just no competing with the real size, scale, and availability of some Star Wars armies out there. While having thousands of identical stormtroopers is admittedly a bit boring, there are a lot of versions of these minifigures, so variation is possible. However, armies of LEGO Castle minifigures include knights in full armor and horses, which is pretty epic. Would you rather have a huge army of troopers or castle figures? Let me know in the comments, and while you're down there, tap that like button. However, there's another big theme that many LEGO builders seem to have mixed feelings about. Two fans left comments on my previous LEGO Hot Takes video that pretty clearly made their point. PolarBear9946 was polite when they said that they, quote, don't really care about Ninjago. While they do admit that the line has some impressive sets, particularly the dragons, they just don't care for the line overall. Another user named Maria was a bit more abrupt in their assessment, simply stating that, quote, Ninjago sucks. Honestly, I think that's a bit too harsh. If you had bought the 2012 Ninjago sets, you would have instantly become a Ninjago fan. Plus, you could have gotten an original Spitta minifigure at that time. This theme has been around for more than a decade at this point and has garnered a ton of fans, from large temples to dragons, mechs, and incredible minifigures. I guarantee that Ninjago has something for everyone. But regardless of your feelings on Star Wars, Ninjago, or any other theme, one Reddit user made a point that I think we can all partially agree with. According to Kingpin, quote, I have no interest in Star Wars and Harry Potter, and I wish I could hide them on the LEGO site so I don't have to see them. Now, this is actually an interesting concept, in my opinion. There are so many LEGO themes these days. I think we all have a theme or two that we simply just have no interest in, but still want to see all the other themes and new sets. Although you can sort by individual theme on LEGO's website, you can only do one at a time. The ability to just hide all sets from a single line would be really nice. Get on it, LEGO. Now, this next LEGO hot take is one of the craziest ones I've read, but first, let me tell you about Factor, today's sponsor. Factor delivers fresh, never frozen meals right to your doorstep to help you achieve your nutrition goals in a convenient manner without sacrificing flavor. Factor meals require no prep nor cleanup. They're 100% ready to eat. Simply heat them up for just 2 minutes and then enjoy your chef-prepared meal. Best of all, Factor is flexible, allowing you to order 6 to 18 meals per week and pause or modify your deliveries anytime. I personally love the variety of the meals prepared by Factor's team of gourmet chefs. From chicken and risotto to vegan and keto options, there's a plethora of options for you to try. Factor is perfect for when I need a high quality meal fast, or when I don't have time to cook and I still want a filling and tasty meal. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code SpitBrix50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life. 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors for every order while you're an active subscriber. Go try Factor right now to receive delicious meals right to your doorstep. Thanks to Factor for sponsoring this video, and now on to the next LEGO hot take. What might be the hottest take in today's video comes from 2 different people. 2 viewers, SoloWing88 and Chef Deadpool8481, posted comments on my last video with the same overall opinion. Mega Construx is better than LEGO. Yikes, I don't think I agree with this one, but let's hear them out. Chef Deadpool claims that Mega has better themes with brands like Halo, Pokemon, Hot Wheels, and Barbie. Those are undeniably huge names in the toy world, and it's no surprise that Mattel kept those licenses to themselves. I do have to admit though that some of these sets do look quite nice. The Pokemon builds in particular would likely be a smash hit if LEGO ever made them. SoloWing though praised the Mega Construx figures over LEGO minifigures for their posability and larger size. Now, sure, these figures are bigger, and they do have more points of articulation. The Halo figures especially also perfectly capture the look of the games, but to me, there's something about them that just feels off. I can't really put it into words, but these things are kind of sitting in an uncanny valley. They're certainly more like action figures than minifigures. Additionally though, Mega Bloks and Mega Construx have had a long reputation for being, quote, cheap knockoffs. I remember getting some of their earlier sets as a kid and being pretty disappointed with them overall. Granted, that was a pretty long time ago and I haven't touched any since, but have they gotten any better? Let me know in the comments. Now, another super hot take that I came across while writing this video comes from a viewer here named Smelty Boy, who claims that LEGO melts too easily, making it difficult to build in the desert. Now, I do live in the southern United States, but I've never heard of LEGO bricks melting in open air. Regardless, I do know that LEGO tells you not to put them in the dishwasher as that can melt them, but just sitting on a shelf? That got me wondering, just how durable are LEGO bricks? Well, it turns out that LEGO bricks melt at temperatures around 220 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 105 degrees Celsius, or just above the boiling point of water. Seeing as how the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth was only 134 Fahrenheit, I have some questions about where this person is storing their LEGO. In a black car sitting in the sun on asphalt? Who knows? The same viewer followed up though with an even weirder issue. They claim that LEGO bricks are actually too small and that Duplo is better. While I'm 99% sure this was a joke, it did get me thinking. Would you like to see Duplo bricks as part of a mainline LEGO set? I have to admit it's an interesting concept, though one which I'm pretty sure fans might take an issue with. Next up is user HubberBubbler over on Reddit, who argues that any molded piece bigger than a horse is too big, looks like Duplo, and should just be brick built. I have to say that I'm of 2 minds about this one. While LEGO has released some incredible brick-built animals in the past, they've also released some truly terrible versions. Honestly, which of these 2 would you rather have in a LEGO set? While I do have to admit that the molded dinosaur does look a bit out of place in a LEGO set and that the brick-built one is far more customizable, I do like the giant molded dino pieces for some reason. Large pieces are nothing new to LEGO sets though. Going all the way back to 2001 and the initial release of the now legendary Bionicle line, the sets were also a huge departure from what many fans have grown accustomed to, as they made heavy use of Technic elements and several brand new molded pieces. While today many of these sets can fetch a pretty penny online and countless fans clamor for the triumphant return of this long-lost series, these feelings aren't universal. Many Bionicle fans fear that any reboot wouldn't be able to capture the charm and creativity of the original, and would be a disappointment to fans. And there's actually some good reasoning behind this, as the line was rebooted in 2015 for a full 2 years before inevitably being retired once again, and we also got this random promotional set in 2023. Now, although more and more LEGO builds have been incorporating Technic pieces over the last several years, this hasn't made everyone happy. A viewer named Sans7342 laid out their hot takes clearly and stated that Technic sets are horrible to build. Why? Well, LEGO sets are supposed to be fun, and Technic sets apparently are not that fun to this viewer. What's fun is always a matter of preference, but I can sort of understand where they're coming from. The way that Technic sets get put together is just so different from what many people think when they hear LEGO, and many of them don't really feature standard LEGO bricks. Also, if you're not really into cars, planes, or heavy machinery, there isn't a lot that the Technic line has to offer. Personally, I don't have many Technic sets myself, but I'm looking forward to the new Technic Space sets coming out later this year. It's nice to finally see LEGO branching out in this line. Now, this same user, Sans, also defends LEGO themes like Mario and Hidden Side that use an app, claiming that they don't deserve the hate. Now, I touched on this a bit in the last Hot Takes video, and I generally agree here. The problem with these sets wasn't the sets themselves, it was just the lack of explanation of the technology and some weird marketing efforts by LEGO. Regardless of your thoughts on smartphone-connected LEGO sets, it does seem like the trend is here to stay, at least for now. But there is an entire other category of hot takes. What do you think is the right way for a minifigure to hold something? For example, which way should the hands point when giving a minifigure an accessory? According to every LEGO instruction booklet that I've ever used, the answer is to keep the flat part of the hand on top, as this keeps whatever the minifigure is holding pointing straight up. And okay, let's just assume that we all agree on that standard position for the hand, but it doesn't solve every argument. One that has raged online for years is the proper way to hold a Star Wars lightsaber. According to all the official images that I've found, option 2 is, quote, the right way, but that hasn't stopped many builders from taking matters into their own hands and flipping it around. A similar issue is all about Ninjago katanas, namely which way is up. Again, LEGO tells us one thing very clearly, the katana edges face the ground. That's the way it is in every official image, and in my opinion, it's the more logical and visually appealing way to store them. I mean, we all know to hold anything sharp pointing downwards, so why would these be any different? But on the topic of LEGO katanas though, do you prefer the ones with the round hand guards or the square ones? Apparently many fans have strong opinions on this. But there's still one topic that is so controversial that LEGO has even pulled sets from store shelves over it. Should LEGO make military-themed sets? The reality is far more complicated than that. Click this video right now to learn the truth behind LEGO's surprising and controversial past, and be sure to subscribe for more LEGO videos.